Peyton Culbertson got to share the biggest moment of his baseball career in a most familiar place, the dugout at his alma mater, Collierville. Culbertson, a 6'1", 220-pound right-hander at Arkansas State, was taken by Miami in the 8th round, no. 237 overall, of last week's Major League Baseball draft. Although he had 1 year left at Jonesboro, he's elected to turn pro and was preparing to head to the Marlins affiliate in Jupiter, Florida. "I was actually up at Collierville," Culbertson said. "My dad, Dragons assistant David, was running JV practice and I was just hanging out. I was just kind of in a state of shock. He stopped practice and I went out to show him and he gave me a hug. It was a surreal moment," added his father. "He's worked really hard. It's going to be a little bit of a transition, but it's just like when we dropped him off at college. He was his own man then and he's grown up a lot. It's a neat opportunity." Culbertson, who was the winning pitcher in the state semifinals in Collierville's title-winning season in 2013, was considered a draftable prospect as a senior. A case of tendinitis sent teams looking elsewhere, and he followed through on his commitment to Arkansas State. He went 4-0 as a freshman, 5-7 as a sophomore and 2-5 this past season. More importantly than the record though, he led the team with a 3.73 ERA and struck out 48 and 50 and 2/3 innings. Culbertson's final 11 innings came out of the bullpen, a move that allowed him to pick up some added velocity that appealed to the Marlins. Culbertson was part of a group of 5 players with local ties who were chosen in the 40-round draft. That list was headed by Bartlett grad and Memphis pitcher Jonathan Bolin, going to the Kansas City Royals in the 2nd round. 58th pick, former DeSoto Central and Ole Miss pitcher Dallas Woolfolk went in the 13th round to Oakland. A preseason All-America selection after leading the nation in saves in 2017, Woolfolk went 1-1 in 14 1/3 innings for the Rebels this spring. Last month, he announced he was stepping away from the team for health reasons. University of Memphis pitcher Riley Cabral went to the World Series champion Houston Astros in the 31st round. The right-hander from Oklahoma City went 6-5 with a 4.85 ERA this spring, striking out 58 and walking 39 in 59 1/3 innings. He struck out 9 in just 6 innings in a win over Central Florida on March 30th. The Tigers also had a selection in the last round when Tyler Webb was chosen by Minnesota. An outfielder from Prosper, Texas, Webb batted .274 this season with 1 homer and 27 RBIs. Hardaway to speak at Johnson Galley. University of Memphis basketball coach Penny Hardaway will be the keynote speaker at the 100th birthday celebration for legendary Lemoyne basketball coach Jerry Johnson. Johnson, who retired in 2005 after 46 seasons with the Magicians, can trace his history back to the beginning of basketball. He was a protege of former Tennessee State great John McClendon, who himself learned the game from the sports inventor, Dr. James Naismith. He won 821 games and the NCAA Division III championship in 1975. The event takes place June 20th at the Holiday Inn U of M on Central and begins at 6 p.m. Proceeds from the event will benefit the JCJ Foundation, which provides scholarships for deserving students. Single tickets are $100 and tables can be reserved for $1,000. Softball stars honored due to local softball standouts have been named to the Tennessee Softball Coaches Association All-State team that was announced this week. Heading the list is Tipton Rosemark's Rachel Whitley, who was honored as the Commercial Appeal Sports Awards Player of the Year for the 2nd straight year on Tuesday. The senior batted .422 with 5 home runs and 42 RBIs while leading the Rebels to a 27-11 record and a runner-up spot in the Division IIA state tournament. By photo, Tipton Rosemark's Rachel Whitley as a TSCA All-State selection. Photo, Jim Weber. The Commercial Appeal also selected from the area was Munford catcher Michaela Pugh, who will play at Southwest Tennessee next season. Those two will also represent the West against a combined Middle and East in the TSCA All-Star Game, which takes place June 12 at Friendship Christian School in Lebanon. 10. From that game, 15 players will be chosen to represent the state in a game against Kentucky on June 27. Longtime Covington coach stepping down after 10 seasons and 260 victories. Covington High baseball coach David Sage announced this week that he is stepping down. Assistant Brad Warmoth will take over the head coaching duties for the 2019 season. It's a retirement from baseball, Sage told the Covington Leader. It's just time. Sage guided the Chargers to 3 state tournaments, including this season when his team finished 31-11 and was ranked No. 1 in Class AA during the regular season. He plans to stay on as a teacher at the school and as an assistant football coach. Tiger legend on NFF Hall of Fame ballot. Former Memphis State football coach Billy Murphy is one of 6 coaches on the National Football Foundation's Hall of Fame ballot, which was released this past week. Murphy was the Tigers coach from 1958 to 1971 and guided the program to a 9-1-4-4-1 record. He had 11 winning seasons in that span, including a 9-0-1 season in 1963, and was a 3-time Missouri Valley Conference Coach of the Year. Murphy also coached the Tigers in their first bowl game, the 1971 Pasadena Bowl, where they defeated San Jose State 28-9. In order to be nominated, coaches had to have coached for at least 10 years and compiled a winning percentage of .600 or better. Murphy's .673 winning percentage is the highest on the 2019 ballot. Others on this year's ballot are Larry Blakeney, Troy, Jim Carlin, West Virginia, Texas Tech and South Carolina, Pete Cawthorn Sr., Austin College, Texas Tech, Dennis Erickson, Idaho, Wyoming, Washington State, Miami, Oregon State, Arizona State, and Darrell Rogers, Cal State East Bay, Fresno State, San Jose State, Michigan State and Arizona State. Future Tiger is state's top player. Incoming University of Memphis soccer player Adekelti Gebris-Gopper has been named Gatorade Player of the Year for Tennessee. He is the first Memphis recruit since Mark Sherrod in 2009 to win the honor. Memphis Tiger signee Adekelti Gebris-Gopper is the Gatorade Tennessee High School Soccer Player of the Year for 2018. Photo, George Walker IV. The Tennessean, Gebris-Gopper, a midfielder, led station camp to the 1st of February 23 record this past season. The Bison defeated Houston in the Class AAA quarterfinals at Spring Fling and then went on to win their 2nd straight state title. The native of Eritrea in Northeast Africa finished with 16 goals and 8 assists. The last Memphis product to win the Gatorade Award was Chandler Gagnon of ECS, who in 2010 and 2011, Sunday Sports Brunch is a weekly look at movers, shakers and newsmakers on the Memphis sports scene, from youth level to the pros. If you have an item of interest, please contact John Varlas at john.varlas@commercialappeal.com.